Page 270, numbers 6 and 7. What is the value of 3/8 x minus 4 5/10 when x equals 4/10? This problem involves both fractions and it involves decimals. It's best to solve problems when you are using the same format, either all decimals or all fractions. So you have a choice of converting the fraction to a decimal or converting all of the decimals to fractions. Either way, the problem can be solved. I prefer to work with decimals when I can, and I'm going to have 2 decimals in the problem, and I know that this is not going to be a repeating decimal. It doesn't have a denominator of 3 or 6 or 9. And so I'm going to choose to change 3/8 into a decimal. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to divide the numerator, which is 3, by 8, and I'm going to get 0 and 375 thousandths. So I'm just going to replace that fraction, keep my variable of x, minus 4 5/10. So now I'm going to input my value for x, and it's asking me to find out what the value of this expression is when x is 0 and 4/10. So I'm going to take 0 and 375 thousandths times 0 and 4/10 minus 4 5/10. And when I multiply these together, because order of operations says to do that multiplication first, I get an answer of 15/100. So 0 and 15/100 minus 4 5/10. And I get an answer of negative 4 35/100. So the value of this expression when x is equal to 4/10 is negative 4 35/100. And if you did this with fractions, that would be the same as negative 4 and simply write 35/100. And then you can simplify that fraction part by dividing 5 into each, the numerator and the denominator, and you would have negative 4 7/20. So if you did it with fractions, you should have gotten this as your answer. Number 7, what is the value of 8 4/10 n minus 3 2/10 p when n is equal to 2 and p is equal to 4? So I'm dealing with decimals over here, multiplying by whole numbers. That's pretty easy. So I don't have to convert anything. I'm just going to replace the 2 wherever I see the n, and I'm going to replace the 4 wherever I see the p. And remember, when the coefficient is right next to the variable, it means that we're multiplying these together. So I guess I don't need my calculator for this. 16 8/10 minus 12 8/10. And when I subtract, I get an answer of 4.